Hey yappers, welcome back to Binge, Yap, Repeat. Today, we are yapping all about Let's Marry Harry, the new Netflix reality dating show starring Harry Jowsey. We yap all about his dating history, his toxic tendencies, the girls and their fights, and our predictions on how the finale will turn out. Buckle in because our episode starts now.
Welcome back, yappers, to another episode of Binge, Yap, Repeat, Nighttime Edition. I'm Ruchi.
And I'm Shalini.
And this episode is all about Let's Marry Harry, a Netflix dating game show, LOL, series similar to The Bachelor, except The Bachelor is, you guessed it, Australian influencer Harry Jowsey. It aired on August 5th, 2026, with the finale releasing next week, August 12th. The premise of the show is that Harry Jowsey, advised by three confidants, Sunny Henty, Amanda Klutz, and his ex-girlfriend Georgia Hasarati, must choose his future wife from among 20 women competing for marriage. What a premise, may I just say.
Oh my goodness.
So just first to kick us off, Shalini, what was your first intro to Harry Jowsey? What do you know about him? How do you know him?
I remember him from Too Hot to Handle, which was perhaps his first show that he was on.
Yeah.
It was during the pandemic, and he dated that girl in the show. Francesca, yes. And they were like coupled up from day one, essentially. So that's how I remember him. And then I just saw a lot of like toxic stuff about him from The Perfect Match, but I didn't watch his season. And then, yeah, I just feel like they also at some point teased that he was going to be on Love is Blind. And I was like, how would that work? Everybody knows who he is. Anyway, yeah, I just feel like so much I know about Harry Jowsey against my will. You know what I mean?
That's fair. But what is your perception of him?
My perception of him is fuckboy, I would say. That was my primary perception of him.
Yeah. I think the same. So I think my first introduction as well to Harry Jowsey was Too Hot to Handle, which came out April 2020 during the pandemic. I think that was probably the only season of Too Hot to Handle a lot of people watched because it was during the pandemic. So everyone's like, might as well watch this fuck-ass show called Too Hot to Handle. And then, yeah, I remember I also watched The Perfect Match. And I think after The Perfect Match, I was like, the show is so dumb. Why am I spending my time watching this? I think that was the only season of Perfect Match I watched. And that was with Harry Jowsey was matched up and coupled up with that other girl from Love is Blind. She was like in the pods, but didn't actually get chosen. She was like a short, brown, like brunette girl. And she was like, she like almost matched with Jimmy. She was like, when you see me, you are going to choke.
Oh, her!
She's that girl.
Jessica!
Yeah, Jessica. I think Jessica. I think that's right. So anyway, Harry, like picked up on her and I think matched with her for a good portion of the show. But then like didn't really date after. Anyway, yes. My perception of Harry also was supreme fuckboy.
Yeah.
So for like throughout watching the show. Oh, actually, I wanted to also say this is a trivia question. BYR trivia question. Harry Jowsey has actually been in another, I'll say movie as a hint. He was in another movie that we covered as a part of BYR. Do you remember what it was?
He was in it or he was mentioned?
He was in it. He was a side character. It was like a very small cameo.
Was it The Wrong Paris?
Yes, you're right.
What was he in that?
He was, he played Jimmy in quotes. I think he was some guy's best friend at the bar.
Okay. Oh, I remember that. And we were both like, is that Harry Jowsey?
Yeah. Yes. So you actually know him from 3
Great.
things. I was going to say shows, but it wasn't shows. Yes. Okay. So do you think this show changed your perception of Harry at all?
To be honest, a little bit. I do think that the show showed some depth to him that I did not know existed. And it's clear that I can tell that he's gone to therapy. He's clearly very affected by the death of his dad. So I think there is a little bit more depth to him than I initially thought. However, however,
Yeah, let's get into that. However,
this man is not ready to be a husband.
yes, that much 100% agree. Yeah, I will say I think the first episode I was like, okay, let me give this man a chance.
Yeah.
Because I thought he was like such a fuckboy, but I will add very charismatic
Very.
fuckboy. And not my type, but I can definitely see how he's like very attractive to a lot of people. He's 6'5", blonde hair, blue eyes, boyish charm, very charismatic, very funny, very witty. He's got everything going for him. So I totally understand that.
Yeah.
In the first episode, I agree. I was like, oh man, like it makes sense that he wants to give up his fuckboy ways because of the death of his father, just like really putting him down this path of wanting to get married. But then by episode 2, I was like, nah, this is yet another like bullet in his ammo. Like now he has like this other emotional arsenal to like get women to do whatever he wants them to do.
Truly, truly. When the like rotation of makeouts was happening where he didn't even get up off that couch and women would just come, he's like, all right, next woman, come in the blanket, time to make out. I was like, bro,
yeah.
Are you trying to get married or what?
I know. I was like, there are so many things that he's doing, which is like, you're not ready. So another thing that happened during the show, during the game show thing where they were like, oh, you need to write answers, and if your answer matches Harry, then you get to take steps forward or whatever. And then they talked about, they gave the question of, when do you want to have kids? And then it was immediately after a few years, blah, 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 someday. And Harry had spent the entire previous episodes just being like, I absolutely want kids. I want 1,000,000 kids. I want a wife. And he even like eliminated someone because they didn't want that or something.
Kids.
Yeah, like she didn't want kids. I think it was, oh my gosh, who was it?
Samantha. It was Samantha.
Yeah, he was like, oh, Samantha doesn't want kids. So like, that's immediately a no for me. And then in this freaking game, he's like, someday.
Yeah. And nobody called him out on it. They were just like, oh, I got it wrong. But nobody was like, Harry, you've been telling me for the last 2 days that you want kids tomorrow.
Yeah. I was like, what? This is so strange. I think also there was someone who was like, oh, in the context, it was very obvious that someday meant like off into the future.
Yeah.
And not immediately. So like, oh, Harry just didn't understand. And I was like, I think Harry very well understood what that meant. And he's answered honestly.
This man is honestly a masterclass in how to tell enough of the truth to tell people what they want to hear without completely lying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like honestly a calculated skill how he navigates keeping these women feeling good without outwardly lying to them. I don't know how he does it, but I'm genuinely impressed. Like he's not using his skills for good necessarily, but like I am genuinely impressed.
I just hate how no one sees past it. Or maybe they do see past it and then they are not interested in him and because of it, or they just get eliminated quickly as soon as they see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh, atrocious. Here's another thing that really made me question if he's ready for marriage. Why is he living in the house with all of these women? Why was that necessary?
Don't know. Because the producers are like, this man be messy. Leave him there in a room with no door. Just see what happens.
Okay, wait, so there was no door, right? I was like,
I don't think there was a door.
He's either leaving it wide open for no reason all the time, or there's actually no door.
I think there's actually no door. It was just staircase, hallway into bedroom.
I would not be able to sleep, personally, if anyone could walk in on me at any time.
Yeah, seriously.
Also, I think it was very much against Feng Shui rules. Because if according to Feng Shui, if you are in a bed in a bedroom, the head of the bed should be facing the door. Because then you know, who is gonna walk in. And it's
God.
not like catching you off guard. And his headrest was like literally right next to the open door.
This is literally the one situation where someone could presumably catch you off guard in your bedroom. Like, that doesn't happen in normal life. But in this situation, it does.
20 people can catch you off guard at any moment.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, and then moment number 3 was just like the incessant kissing. That one night where he was just kissing everybody and then even laughed about it and was like, I need to stop kissing everyone. Yeah. I even kissed fucking DeBraylee.
Yeah. Also, I was like, wow. Savage to DeBraylee. Why is it crazy that you kissed her?
I know. I was like, that's so sad. If you feel that way about her already, then send her home.
Yeah. Why is she here?
Oh my God. Okay. We can talk about toxic moments a little bit later, but I want to get into the main question of this episode, which is, in the end, Harry must choose. Next week, Harry must choose between Amber or Danelle. Who do you think he will choose? Or what do you think will happen and why?
I honestly have a feeling he's going to walk away without either of them.
I literally think that too.
Okay.
Or my other theory is that he will pick Amber, and then Amber's like, I don't want to get married.
She's like, I'm actually ready for love, but not marriage.
Oh my God. The number of times where Harry's like, to be on a marriage show where at the end of the series you have to say I do to someone and to not be sure about marriage, that's a toxic red flag. That's such a massive red flag. Literally the next scene, hey Amber, come meet my family. Like, is it a red flag or not? Do 2 reds make a white?
Not in wine, they don't.
Nice. Yeah, but that's the other thing that's like, okay, he's really not ready for a marriage, because if so, I don't think he would keep choosing this person who I feel hates him, to be honest.
I don't think she hates him, but I don't think he's ready for marriage, partly because he's made out with so many women in the last few weeks. Secondly, because if he's having this hard of a time choosing between 2 women, why would you have a wedding next week?
Thirdly, or fifthly, I don't know what point we're on at this point, but
so many
points. Why does there have to be a wedding? Like, why is Netflix so obsessed with weddings at the end of this season?
I was thinking about this. I was like, why is media pushing the idea of marriage as like the happily ever after in the year 2026? I feel like all these Netflix shows, still so many movies and stuff, it's like the end goal is marriage, or the end goal is wedding, where I feel like that is the wrong thing that people should be going towards.
I agree. So here's my theory, or here's my suggestion. They should all get married first, and then they should get divorced throughout the show. And then the person who's left is the person who they stay married.
Oh, is he? Where are they going to do this? Utah?
If that's the only place.
Hey, look.
Look, he's already engaged to 20. It's only one more step.
True.
Oh, it's so wild. Okay, so yeah, so how do you feel about him and Amber versus him and Danelle?
I honestly think the way he described it to his sisters was accurate, which is that he and Amber are a little more playful together and like have more of that lighthearted, fun energy, but then Danelle makes him want to be a better man. I think that's absolutely accurate. I can see him wanting to be better whenever he's around Danelle. And the Harry that is with Danelle, I actually don't mind. Like, he's super sweet, very thoughtful, like trying to be as mature as he can, you know. It's very sweet, and I really liked the prank that they played on her. He and her mom played on Danelle.
Wait, I actually didn't like that prank at all.
Oh, really?
I thought it was really toxic.
Oh my god.
You want to recap the prank?
Yeah, so when he meets her mom for the first time, it's him, Danelle, and Danelle's mom. Then Danelle lets him and her mom have a chat. And then at the end of their chat, it goes really well. And then at the end of the chat, he's like, should we prank her? And when she comes back, you should be like, this is not the right man for you. And then she says it. And then Danelle's like, what? And freaks out. And then they're like,
and of
just
course,
kidding,
that
just
one
kidding.
clip becomes like a soundbite at the very start of the show in the trailer.
Of course. Of course. Yeah. I thought it was cute because it shows that he and her mom like have a relationship outside of just through Danelle, and it's like building.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, it was also like her. Well, I don't know what the relationship is between Danelle and her mom, but then it like put her mom into a position where she's like, haha, kidding.
And then he is right for you.
Yeah, and then I thought that was, I don't know. I just thought it was weird. Maybe it's like I don't have that relationship with my mom, so I can't really imagine seeing her do that, but maybe
Fair.
Danelle and her mom are different.
Never know.
Never know. Okay, so Danelle is definitely more of the traditional pick, but I think for that reason, I think he will pick Amber.
Interesting. I think Amber is almost as toxic as Juliana.
Oh, that's a take. Why do you say that?
The way she like lured him in at the beginning, because remember how she was like, I'm like not gonna chase a man, blah blah blah. But like she did chase him. She just chased him in a very specific way, which was to like play cat and mouse with him and like give him the cold shoulder until he gave her attention and kind of just like manipulate him into wanting to know her better. So that's one thing. Secondly, she was kind of doing the same competitive shit with other girls that Juliana was doing. She was just doing it in a much more subtle way, which is like when Juliana's up there with him, she interrupted and was like, "Oh my god, wait, I feel bad. And it's like, "No you don't, bitch. No you don't." And then when she and Harry do have sex, she just like lies about it to everybody. But then like when it's just him and her, she's like, I know that you know that we know that it ends with us. You know? Do you remember that? Blah. Blah. Yeah, so I feel like she's playing the same games as Juliana. She's just doing it in a more sophisticated way where no one's catching on to it.
I 100% agree. I think the way that she is playing the game is very toxic, and it's like toxic in a way that she will work on Harry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. She's
like
oh,
intentionally
he's used
being vague.
Yeah, like he's used to women chasing him. Let me like let the turntables, you know?
Okay, I know this isn't Amber, but that reminds me of when Abby was recapping her date in Vegas. They're like, what did you guys do? And she was like, We went gamble. It's like, I don't know why this is a vocal stip for me now, but I'm always just like, we went gamble.
We went gamble.
We went gamble.
Gamble?
Just like keep saying it now. It's just, I love saying it.
Hey, Ruchi, you want to go gamble? Oh, wait, that actually makes sense. That actually Damn it.
We go gamble?
We go gamble?
Wait, that kind of works.
We go gamble. Yeah, we went gamble. That's the only one that doesn't work.
Yeah, we went gamble. I'm so sorry, Abby, but it's so funny. Oh, man. Okay, sorry. How did we get here?
Toxic Amber.
Oh, yeah. How did we get to still though? How did we get here?
I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but I have another like crazy thing that someone said when they saw Harry taking someone out on a date. It might have been Danelle or someone else or Sam or something, and he was wearing that like denim on denim outfit.
Mm-hmm.
And Emma's looking at him out the window, and she's like,
Creme de la meow meow?
Yeah, creme de la meow meow.
I think that was also Abby. I think that was also Abby. Yeah, Abby was like creme de la meow meow. And I wrote it down. I was like, what? Oh my god.
Then Juliana said squirt.
Gross.
What the fuck?
And I was like, Canadian tuxedo. Yes, that's what I said.
Oh god.
Oh god. One thing about Danelle though. Okay, going back to our Amber versus Danelle. One thing that I actually really liked, one thing that gave me butterflies actually, was his kiss with Danelle when it was her birthday, and he was like cutting cake in the kitchen, and then he kind of just like leaned over and like then they kissed for the first time. I think it was the first time. I wasn't sure.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that was actually really smooth and really sweet. Yeah. So I was like, no, don't get lured in, Ruchi.
I know, when he was feeding the baby sheep and teaching her how not to give them air in the bottle, I was like, damn, don't get lured in, Shalini, don't get lured in. And then I was like, damn, if this was Rob Roush, creme de la meow meow.
Oh my god, please don't say that. That has to be our episode title now. We've said it too many times. Oh
or
my
we
gosh.
go gamble. We went gamble.
We went gamble?
So stupid.
Anyway. Yeah, I think he and Danelle are cute together, but I think for that reason he's gonna pick Amber.
Because he's toxic, or because...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he's toxic, because he's not actually ready for a marriage, because he's on a Netflix reality show, because he wants a season 2. Like, I don't know.
Please, I was thinking about that. I was like, if there's a season 2, the show's fucked. You know?
Yeah. There can't be. For that reason, there can't be. It's gotta be a one and done. I hope it's a one and done. Jeez. Should we talk about the Juliana conversation?
Yes. Let's talk about all of it, like Juliana and Sammy, and then late stage Juliana. Yes.
Late stage Juliana. Yeah. Okay. What are your thoughts from Juliana and Sammy?
I was surprised that Harry liked, or like, I was surprised that the painting class made him like Juliana, because I thought she was so annoying.
I thought that was such a narcissistic thing for him to say. That so he goes on this group date with 4 girls. It's Jade, Shane, Juliana, and Sammy. And he is like having fun painting. He's like trying to put paint on everyone else except the canvas. And he's like, in his interview, he's like, in his confessional or whatever, he's like, oh, Jade and Shane are on this painting day and they're actually painting. What dweebs. I want them to be focused on me. Like, that's what the date should be about. And I was like, that's such a narcissistic thing to say. Like, you can be on a date and not have it be about you.
Seriously.
I thought that was really weird. But anyway,
Yeah.
and then he like chose Juliana because she painted his name on him.
Yeah. And scratched out, or like, yeah, blurred out Sammy's name with paint and then wrote her own name.
And that's
So,
not body paint.
yeah, that is canvas grade paint. And it was just like so outwardly catty, and yet he was like, I choose you for my one-on-one date.
Yeah, he was
It
like,
was
that was so hot that she was marking her territory. I was like, no, it wasn't. It was a mark of immaturity.
Yeah, seriously. And then when at the elimination after that, when he was like, "Oh, I'm starting to notice a pattern, like I think I'm becoming toxic with her. I think I think I need to cut her. I don't know." And then I was like, wow, you know what? I'm impressed. This shows that therapy is working for him. He's noticing
self-aware.
Yeah, he's self-aware. He's noticing bad patterns. He's actively trying to break it. And then what does he do? He goes and saves her. He tells his friends, please cut this bitch. They cut her and he's like, wait.
Okay, here's the other thing. During all of the eliminations with the confidants choosing, he just took no accountability. He was like, oh, this was their decision. Sorry, guys. I had nothing to do with it. Oopsies. Right. See you later. I was like, you're there too, man. Like, you're part of the equation here. Like, don't just be like, oh, it's all on, these guys to send you guys home. That's not how that works.
That's not what's happening. Yeah.
And then the thing with Juliana is that he chose to save Juliana and then as a result sent home Ellie for almost the same reason that he saved Juliana, right? Because he was like, okay, I want to save Juliana because I feel like I need to learn to take control of my behavior around toxic people, because normally in the past I have all these toxic people around me and I want to keep them around me as long as possible because I feed off of them and my ego loves them. But instead I have to learn how to live with these people and take control of my behavior. But Ellie, even though I have much to learn from you, you're too old and mature and emotionally stable. And for that reason, you need to go home.
That was crazy. That was so crazy. I was like, dude, that was the first time I was like, this man should not get married.
Yeah. And then even the girls afterwards were like, that was insane to like say to a person point blank in their face, I think you're toxic and you're really wrong for me. I'm gonna save you.
Crazy. So crazy.
Point number 7 on why Harry is not ready to be married.
Yes. Yes. And then their conversation where she basically forced him to say, I love you. I was like, dude,
and then
girl.
told the whole house that he said, I love you.
I'm glad that gave him the ick, honestly, when he heard that she was telling the whole house. But also, like, what are you doing, dude?
But it's also not, it's not like he portrayed his own, it's not like when he was telling how the story went to the confidants, he was saying, oh, I said, I love your, and then he said, oh, and I watched the clip back and I was like, he did not say that.
Yeah, both of them were telling versions of what happened that did not really happen.
Yeah, I was like, this is filmed, right?
No, it was so funny watching her explain what happened and it being like quite different than what actually happened.
Yeah, where she was like, oh, I can just tell that he wanted me to say something. He was like fishing it out of me. I was like, no, he was not.
And how she was like, he was just like, you need to say it first. And I was like, I'm not going to say it unless you say it. And he's like, no, you need to say it first. I was like, dude, he he might have said, you say it first, but that was not what he meant. He wasn't like, you say it first, then I'll say it. He was like, okay, you say it then. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so weird because I also felt like he sent Faith home in the first elimination because she was bragging about all of that stuff.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that was consistent because he sent home Juliana after that as well.
Oh, yeah, after
the
started bragging.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Point. Point to Harry.
Yeah. The one thing I'll give him is that he's good at eliminating the women. Well, like when he learns that they're there for the wrong reasons, he eliminates them.
That's true.
Yeah.
How do you feel like he handled the conversation with Juliana when she did get eliminated in the end? Where he took her aside and had that conversation with her?
I thought he handled that conversation. Oh, wait. Sorry. I'm conflating two different things. I was conflating that with the conversation he had with Rukia. With Juliana.
It was like during the elimination ceremony, and he's about to open the boxes, and he takes her aside.
Yeah, I'm forgetting exactly what he said, but I feel like he didn't. Oh, okay, I remember. He was kind of like, oh, it's not fair to you, blah, blah, blah. But he didn't say what's not fair to her. He never outwardly said, I don't love you.
Yeah. He feels like a people pleaser.
Yes.
He never wants to say the wrong thing that would make someone upset. Yes. And so instead of being honest and straightforward about how he's feeling and what he wants and doesn't want, he instead strongly implies it. And then you're just like, just to be clear, this is what you're saying, right? And he's like,
you say it first.
Yeah, he's like, if that's the conclusion that you're coming to, I cannot deny your thought process. And you're just like, what are you saying?
Oh my God, yeah. He is such a people pleaser that he takes no accountability in the moment because he doesn't want the other person to feel bad for what he's done. And it's like, well, being a good, mature person means owning your shit and taking accountability, even if it hurts the other person because you're living your honest truth. It reminds me of this How I Met Your Mother episode when Ted decides to revisit a girl from his past. He's like, oh, we have so many good memories, blah, blah, blah. But we broke up for some reason. I can't remember why. And then turns out he left a voicemail on her answering machine breaking up with her. And he's like, well, yeah, I didn't want her to cry. And Lily's like, guess what, Ted? She cried. She definitely cried. It's giving that where it's like he doesn't want to face the consequences of his actions, so he's like taking no accountability to like try to be nice.
Yeah, but I don't think like men like that understand that actually makes women feel way worse.
Yeah.
Like if you literally are just honest and straightforward about how you're feeling, that is the best thing ever because it gives you so much closure. Like if someone says to you point blank, like, hey, I don't want to date you because I don't like you. You're just like, oh, okay, great. Thanks for telling me. Like,
yeah, I'll go find someone who does.
Yeah, like I don't want to be in a forced relationship either. So like, awesome. I'll go find someone else who matches my energy.
Yes.
Done.
It's like the guy I went on a date with last fall who was a friend of a friend. I don't know if you remember this.
Oh, yeah, that guy. Happy hour guy, right? Happy hour guy?
Yeah. Yes. And he had just come out of a 6-year-long relationship, like had no experience modern dating at all. And at the end of our date, he was like, you're so cool. I just don't think I'm ready to date until the new year. And I was like, okay, great. And then I walked away being like, maybe we'll date in the new year. And then turns out he told his friend that set us up that like he didn't feel a romantic vibe, but he never told me that.
Oh my God.
Yeah, like, just be honest. Yeah, just be honest.
Don't make it about the way that the wind is blowing on a particular Saturday in March. Like, just don't.
Just give it to me straight.
Straight shoot it, Harry. Ugh. Yeah. I think like that conversation with Juliana was particularly painful because it was so obvious that she kept saying, okay, so I'm gonna go then, right?
Oh, yeah.
And then like pause, being like, is this the right conclusion? Or was waiting for him to stop her and be like, no, I don't want you to leave. But she kept being like, okay, I'm gonna leave then, right? No response from Harry.
Yeah.
What in any direction. And then it just over the course of that conversation, she's like kept asking it, and he was like, again, like nothing. And then finally she's like, okay, well, you're not saying no, don't go, so I'm gonna go. Here's the ring, and then just walked away. And I was like, okay, well, at least she got that. She got that correct.
Yeah. Of the few things she got correct, that was one of them.
Of the few things. Oh man.
Yeah, she was so catty and competitive, and even the first time when her feud with Sammy started, because she was like, what was she complaining about at that point? She was like, oh my God, I'm just like waiting around for him all the time, blah, 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 blah. And then Sammy was like laughing in the other room.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah. I was like, what are you, this is what you signed up for. Like, why are you so upset at how this works?
Yeah, and it was just so weird because I felt like she was kind of victimizing herself, but it's like, everyone else is in this boat too.
Yeah, like who are you complaining to? The other women who are going through exactly the same thing.
Yeah. It's very confusing. And then as soon as Sammy was gone, she suddenly had a beef with someone else.
Right.
I was like, okay.
I know. And I was thinking when she gets eliminated, I'm actually glad he talked to her, because I was like, she's going to blame the confidants on getting eliminated, probably. And she'll be like, oh my God, the confidants just don't like me, blah, blah, blah. And like, she's going to walk away thinking that Harry's in love with her and the confidants don't want him with her. But so for that reason, I'm glad he said something to her and pulled her aside. Yeah.
Yeah, under the strict advice of his confidants.
True.
Do you think the confidants were good?
I do think they helped guide him a little bit. I thought it was really funny how Georgia was like, my pick was Sam because she's his type. I know what he likes. And she was so right.
She was exactly correct.
She was on the dot. Yeah. So I thought like that was fun. And I thought that Sunny and what's his other friend's name?
Amanda.
Yes, Amanda.
Yes.
And
Amanda
Sunny
Klutz.
and Amanda gave pretty good advice in those conversations, or they were like, if she's toxic, that's not your wife. You know, like they had good advice. Whether he took it or not is another question. But
yeah.
I
think Sunny was a little questionable sometimes, and I'm like, maybe this is how men just give advice to each other. It's like half joking, half like, no, but actually.
Yeah, right. And you're like, well, just give it to me straight, man.
Just give it to me straight.
Give it to me straight. Don't bullshit me.
Yeah, one thing Sunny said that I was like, huh, is, and he said this with the same tone as he has said like all his other advice, but he was like, oh, one thing about that girl is that as soon as she came into the house, she took off her shoes. And you know what that means. If you can't commit to your shoes, you can't commit to a marriage. Haha. And I was like, is he serious about this or not? I actually can't tell.
I actually think he was serious.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
But maybe I just don't understand his humor. I don't know. But I was like, what the fuck? But then he never really broke the tension of the joke.
Yeah.
He just really
exactly
committed to the bit.
Yeah, I was like, should I laugh at this, or is it actually? Is this why Harry wears his shoes on the bed?
Oh my God! When they showed him in the Vegas bed, those shoes were all over there's not one square foot of that bed those shoes didn't touch, including
oh my God,
the pillows.
He was straight up kicking his pillows. I was like, Oh no. That scene coupled with the kissing scene where they are spitting in each other's mouths, eating each other's boogers, and then spitting the boogers back into each other's mouths. I was actually dry heaving at that scene.
Disgusting.
Harry's immune system must be crazy good.
I know. I can't believe no one got mono in that house.
I know.
Insane.
Okay, going back to the confidants though. I feel like Georgia had the best advice. I feel like she knew him really, really well. She had a way of getting Harry to listen to her, even when it was very obvious he didn't want to listen to her at all. She was like, hey, are you listening? Hey. Oh man. Amanda, I actually did not really know who she was, but I looked her up and apparently she was a Dancing with the Star alumni. And so that's how she and Harry know each other. I think they were from the same season, I want to say. And she also has a podcast and Harry's been on her podcast and stuff like that.
All right. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was curious how they were best friends. I was like, okay, it must be a recent best friendship because she's American.
Yeah.
How are they best friends? Is she married? I had so many questions.
So, apparently they bonded over their mutual loss. So Amanda, apparently she was married to this guy, Nick Cordero, who is this guy. So he is a Canadian actor, singer, Broadway star. And, he actually passed, due to COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, in 2020. And then I think when Harry was going through a similar situation with his dad, where his dad was kind of on the way out, they were kind of mutually grieving or talking about grief and loss together. So I think that's why she feels very like a big sister, I guess, to him. Or a guru, an advisee, mentor. Let's go with mentor. She feels like a mentor to him.
I see.
Yeah.
Did you watch Georgia's season of The Perfect Match?
I think I did. She was with Dom for a while, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
She was with Dom. So I remember I watched that season with Emily in Aspen, and Emily was like, oh, I know Georgia from some other reality show. Maybe Too Hot to Handle.
She was on, I think she was on Too Hot to Handle. Yeah.
Okay.
She was the second. Okay, wow. So it turns out I've lied multiple times. I have watched multiple seasons of both Too Hot to Handle and Perfect Match.
Great.
Yes, she was on Too Hot to Handle as well as Perfect Match.
Okay. So Emily had seen her on Too Hot to Handle. We were both watching her together on The Perfect Match, and Emily described Georgia. She was like, everyone was obsessed with Georgia on Too Hot to Handle, including me. And then we watched the show, and then I also thought Georgia was really sweet and cute and lovely. And then she did something to Dom after the show, broke his heart, just made it seem like she was way more into him than she actually was or something.
Yeah, it was actually kind of weird. So I looked this up on Reddit, and I don't know if I'm going to get the story entirely right, but yappers, let me know. But apparently what happened is she went to Vegas with Dom, and then on this trip, she either ran into Harry or Harry invited her to do something. And then she starts ghosting Dom, basically not replying to any of his texts, and then starts going out with Harry, and then I don't know, she leaves the hotel room or something that she has with Dom. So it's kind of like she was on the outs with Dom and then also starting to date Harry at the same time. And then she goes on Harry's podcast and basically says that she's single, even though at the time she was on this trip with Dom or something like that.
Oh, Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't realize Harry was such a part of her and Dom's story.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then
Okay.
Dom listens to that episode and was like, what?
The fuck?
Yeah. And then he was like, that's news to me, but okay. And then I think Dom's just like, okay, whatever. I guess she's not into me. And then later comes out and is like, yeah, I was very much blindsided by that. But I think they are on cordial enough terms now.
Okay.
I don't know. Yeah. I think Dom was just like, okay, sure.
All right. I see how it is.
Yeah. But then that's how they started dating. But then Georgia and Harry only were dating for a couple months.
Oh, really?
Maybe 6 months or so.
Oh,
And then broke up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Wow, she learned a lot about him in those 6 months. I gotta say, she knows him very well.
It was a May-December relationship in that it was from May to December.
Love it.
Yeah. Okay. A toxic moment. The conversation with Sam about Amber.
Let's talk about this.
How do you feel like he handled that situation with Amber, especially as it relates to Sam?
Yes, I think Alex Cooper was so right. Everything she said to him was so accurate. Where she's like, you can't lie to one girl to protect a different girl. When she asks you point blank if you had sex with her. Yeah. And it was annoying to me that he basically got off scot-free because of a complication, because of the fact that they weren't literally in the shower. But then it was so unfortunate
that was so annoying.
Yeah, I was like, damn it. He was like, does my hair look wet to you? I was like, shut the fuck up. You know what she's asking.
You know that's not the question that she's asking if you're in the shower.
And then Sam was like, if I find out that he did have sex with her, I think I would be so sad. And I was like, oh no, this is gonna be so bad. But then I'm so proud of her for trusting her gut and walking away, because if she had just blindly continued in on it and then found out later, that would have been so crushing.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like Harry just should have been so honest from the beginning. He could have even said hey, please, 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 please don't tell the other girls because Amber told me not to say anything, but because you asked me point blank, I'm going to tell you, please don't tell anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I want to be honest with you.
Exactly. And then he should have gone back to Amber and been like, hey, by the way, Sam knows I didn't want to tell her, but she asked me and I didn't want to lie to her. But I felt like I had to do that. And I'm sorry that I told her, but I had to. There were so many better ways to handle it. And he was just does my hair look wet to you? Fuck off.
Yeah, and then he just got so defensive every time, and then Sam just saw through that so quickly.
Yeah.
And then I think because Sam told her mom about that entire situation, then her mom was on guard, and it just went downhill from there.
Yeah.
As soon as that conversation happened where he lied to her about Amber, it was the end of their relationship.
Yes, absolutely.
I honestly thought at that point that he was going to pick Sam. That Sam would absolutely be top 2 and that he would pick her in the end.
Yeah. First girl he kissed.
What a shame.
What a shame. And you only have yourself to blame. Wow, it rhymed.
It did. That's good. Okay, I think that's all the different moments that I had.
Speaking of Alex Cooper, did you notice that she and her husband are co-executive producers of the show?
Yes. And they showed in the beginning of this of the show, they were like, "Oh, here's a clip from Call Her Daddy," where Harry's like, "I'm ready for marriage in 2023."
Yes, yeah. So I saw that clip and I was like, okay, they're just pulling his media stuff. And then I saw the clip of his conversation with her where she's like, "What do you want?" And I'm like, why is she in the show? And then at the end credits of the first episode, I was like, oh, why
Yeah.
did she produce this show?
And why wasn't she a confidant?
True. So true.
Why did it had to be Amanda Klutz when it could have been
So true. Alex Coops. Yeah, so true.
maybe so she only had to show up for one episode and not for all of them.
Girl's busy. One thing about Alex, she's busy.
She's booked and busy.
And I think she was, well, she's like heavily pregnant right now. I don't know when this was filmed, but maybe she was like already pregnant.
Oh.
I don't know.
But then she showed up in that
Yeah.
one scene.
Yeah, but she was like sitting. You couldn't really see her, you know.
Oh. Yeah,
I don't know.
maybe.
I mean, maybe it was filmed before she was pregnant. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, I have a couple situational questions for you.
Okay. I have one for you.
Okay. If you were on this show / this type of show with the celebrity that you actually would want to date.
Rob Roush.
Rob Roush. Great. You have one locked and loaded. What would be your strategy?
I honestly think okay, actually my question to you is kind of another way of asking this, but I was going to ask you which of the girls did you identify the most with / would act the most similarly to? Okay, wait, let me think back to all the girls now. I think I would be like an Emma Donnell, where I'm just like, you know, I'm at that age where I'm like, if you choose me, great. If you don't, also great. I'm walking away, but I'm not here to like play games. Just like give it to me straight.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think my strategy would have just like honestly it's just been to try to focus on my relationship with the person, not get involved in the girl drama, be like these girls are children. Like Danelle is 33. She's sharing a house with Abby who's 24. That's a big age gap.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I would have gone with that strategy and just like tried to trust my gut as much as possible.
Yeah. That's fair. I think did you say Emma and Ellie?
I said Emma. Oh, I guess I would throw Ellie in there too. I said Emma and Danelle.
Oh, Danelle. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would be more like Emma and Ellie, where I think for the first one or two episodes, I think I would be more like I would try to have like one-on-one conversation with this person to like see if I actually do want to get to know them more. And yeah, I think after that, it's like I don't think I would be competitive with people.
Yeah.
To try to get attention. But I also understand like that this is the type of environment where you kind of have to be, especially if you liked that person.
Yeah.
Like imagine your one-on-one date goes really, really well and you want to get to know them. What would you do?
I think I would do things like if one girl was talking to him for a long time and I hadn't talked to him all day, I probably would go interrupt, not in like a competitive way, but just in a like, hey, can we get a turn now kind of way.
You wouldn't show up at his headrest behind him while he's sleeping at 2 a.m. Or obsession style, watch him when he's sleeping.
Time to chat now. Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it's really hard because we've only been in like this 1v1 situation or like 1v2 max situation. There's never been a 20v1 situation.
Right.
And I also think with someone like Harry or with someone like whoever this bachelor person would be who would be in this type of situation, they would have to be so reassuring to every single person. So even if they were reassuring to you, they would have to be that way to everyone else. I just feel like it's such a mind game that you just end up not trusting them at all.
Totally. And I'm like, how can you be so reassuring to everyone here? Like, why are you telling me things that make me feel like you like me the most when you're like spending just as much time with everyone else?
Yeah. We're just not meant for The Bachelor. That's why we're never gonna go.
That's why. That is why. I will never go on The Bachelor.
Faces made for podcasting.
No.
What would your special hidden talent be? Night 1, you're in a room with 19 other girls. And everyone's showing off their hidden talent, like clapping their tongue.
Yeah, I was gonna say not tongue clapping for sure. Also, the face she made when she did it was so weird, and she has these like huge eyes. She's like,
oh my god! I was like, no, choose a different one.
Something else. Maybe headstand.
Oh.
I don't know if I can still do a headstand. It's been a while.
Oh my god, Shalini, what would you do if you're like, I think I can do a headstand, and then you can't?
I think I would do it against a wall first.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I have one. Oh, I can touch my tongue to my nose.
Oh!
But I don't think that's something that I would want to do on TV.
Fair.
On a podcast, though. Okay, next question. Would you quit your job to be on a show like this?
Oh my gosh. Not a show like this. Maybe Survivor, but not this.
You would quit your job to be on Survivor?
It depends on the job. Like if I was in my last job.
Backtracking.
Oh no. If I was in my current job, I would not quit. But if I was in my last job or the job before that, I absolutely would quit to be on Survivor. Yeah.
I don't think I would quit.
That's fair.
But I think I have generous amount of leave that it would be okay. There are actually several people who are at my company who have actually been on Survivor. And several people who are Olympians.
Wow.
Yes. I work for quite an athletic company.
You do not have to be athletic to be on Survivor.
But I feel like being athletic helps for sure. Right? Don't you have to do like endurance competitions and everything?
Yes, but I honestly feel like sometimes it's a strategy to not be athletic because no one perceives you as a threat. And it's such a social game that like you just don't want to, like the primary goal is to not be voted out. And sometimes being unathletic is what gets you there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I can't wait to see you be on Survivor. Are you going to apply again this year?
After saying that you don't have to be athletic?
Like, you... Oh no, let me proceed to dig myself out of this hole. I was saying that it seems like you know the game really, really well. So it feels like you would be able to like out social everyone. It's what I
Thank
meant.
you. Very kind. Thank you.
In spite of your superior athletic prowess, you would still be able to overcome the people's perception of your athleticism and win the game.
Why, thank you.
Nailed
so
it.
kind. So kind. Yeah, it's a dream of mine. Jeff Probst, if you're watching.
Jeff Probst is a yapper. Did you know that?
I hope so. I hope so. And specifically, put me on the same season that you put Rob Roush on so that we can fall in love.
Wild. Wow. Make it happen, yappers.
Yappers, please.
Okay, let's come back to Let's Marry Harry.
All right.
This is kind of out of left field, but I kind of see a little bit of myself in Sam too. I think younger me would have identified the most with Sam because I think Sam is obviously very intelligent, but is also a little bit of a people pleaser. But in spite of that, I really liked how in their last date with Harry, she was like, oh, I feel like you say things in front of the camera or something. And he was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's a little unfair for you to say. And then she was like, well, there is at least some part of you that is cognizant of the camera. Would you agree? And then he was like, sure. And then she was like, sure or yeah? And he was like, yeah, sure. And then she's like, sure or yeah? Like you need to pick something. And so I felt like she held him really, really accountable for what he meant, or like and what he is saying and why he is saying it. And I really liked that about her. Harry did not appreciate that about her.
No, he did not.
But I appreciated that about her. And that's probably why Georgia also was like, you need to pick Sam.
Yeah. I was gonna say, yeah, I agree with that. I think I would have also exhibited some Sam-like energy. I was also thinking I might have been kind of like Rukia, or I actually quite identified with her where
when she said ChatGPT said that they were soulmates.
That part, yes. No, it was when she was like, I can't tell if he's into me, blah blah blah, or like if he just wants to be friends, but like either way, you know. And I just feel like I think I generally give off friend zone energy to men. And so I think maybe I would have been like her, where I'm just like, oh, we're just like bros joking around. And then, and then all these girls are like flirting because they're skilled at it. And I'm just like, oh, I thought we were all just like joking around. And then the dude's like, I don't have feelings for you. And I'm like, okay.
I thought we were joking around.
Are we bros? Bros can get married, right?
Oh my God. Okay. What do you think is the purpose of having Harry pick or do the last few eliminations by himself?
I think so that it's not like someone else is picking his wife for him. Like, I don't know. I mean, I think that would be kind of weird if he had no say in the matter on paper. Like, obviously he was a part of the discussion, but it would be weird for someone else to pick his wife for him, right?
Well, he could pick his wife, but like,
what about even the last few rounds
before? Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe just to give him some accountability of like what's happening. And yeah. I was surprised by that because I don't think they said that in the beginning of the show that the confidants would drop off.
No, they didn't. They also didn't say that Harry would not know who was getting eliminated until the elimination round.
Why do you think they did that?
I think I agree with your point about not picking his wife. I think that would be weird if they're at the altar and he's like, I would like to save Amber.
Wait, what are you doing here? Yeah. I wanted the other one.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, well, what the fuck? What am I, chopped liver? Yeah, I think that would be weird. Or if they're both at the altar and then he like picks one, I think that's weird.
So weird.
I think before that, it would make sense to pick the final two himself. Or have confidants pick the final two.
Oh, okay. But then I just feel like maybe that's giving them too much power. Or like he then feels like he only has the choice between two women to get married to versus 5.
Versus 20. But you see, I feel like there is some balance. I don't know.
True. Like, why are we drawing the line at 5?
Yeah, or I feel like they should have gamified it even more and been like, Harry, you saved 2 girls who you later eliminated. From that, we were going to let you do this elimination yourself, but you've still proven that you cannot. So we're going to keep going until you can trust us. See how long it takes.
Yes. Yeah. They honestly, maybe they could have, well, it would have been such a long show, but they could have chosen someone to eliminate. He could have chosen someone to eliminate. And until it matches up, they get to pick or something.
That could be interesting. Perfect match style, but for elimination.
Yeah, exactly.
I see. What other changes to this show's format would you want to see? If there is a season 2 for like Let's Marry Dom or something.
I think, okay, obviously for the entertainment factor, the fact that he was making out with everyone was like really funny. But I think if the goal is marriage, it should be bachelor rules where they're not allowed to. There's some restrictions on physical contact in The Bachelor, right?
Oh, there are? I didn't know that.
I think so. I think like they don't spend the night together for a long time and stuff. And so I think having some restrictions on physicality might help the the Harry or whoever build an emotional connection with the people. Yeah.
Yeah, I just really question the decision of having Harry in the house with all the girls. I think that was super weird.
Yeah.
And then I feel like the show couldn't figure out if it was trying to be The Bachelor and have like really emotional moments between Harry and these girls, or be Too Hot to Handle, where he's like in the shower with someone, he's in the bed with someone, he's making out with all these girls.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it couldn't really decide, or it tried to go from one to the other. But like by the time, I don't know, he was kissing Abby or something in one of the later episodes, and they tried playing this heartwarming music, I was like, it just doesn't work, because we've seen you kiss like 18 other women multiple times, spit in their mouths. It's not the same. You can't just throw heartwarming music to make me feel like this man has any emotions whatsoever.
So true. Okay, I want to push back on your point about the show not being able to decide whether it's The Bachelor or Too Hot to Handle by saying that I think Harry can't decide whether this is The Bachelor or Too Hot to Handle.
That is true.
He was acting like he was on Too Hot to Handle, or I guess Perfect Match, or Too Hot to Handle. They're not allowed to kiss, I think, but yeah, he was acting like he was on. I was gonna say a dating reality show, but I guess they're all dating reality shows. He was acting like he was not on a show designed for marriage.
Yes,
destined for marriage. Yeah.
Point number 12. Why Harry is not ready.
Yeah.
For marriage. Well, anything else before we wrap up?
Back to his rotation of girls coming under the blanket to make out with him. It was funny that they like temporarily paused the same song the entire time. It was like, and then they would like, the music would die down and they would pause it, and then he'd be like, oh, okay, you're next. And then they would come in, and then like the same song would start. I was like, this is good editing. Good editing. Really emphasize the fact that it's just a rotation of women he's making out. He doesn't even know who is under the blanket with him.
Just a spinning door.
Yeah.
Question. Wait, so they showed that scene like again and again with him under the covers with someone at night, and it turned out to be Danelle. Did they have sex?
I think so.
Oh, okay. So he actually had sex with Danelle first?
Yes, I think so. But she didn't tell anyone. It didn't become a thing. They were super subtle. Yeah. Also, she got that second ring.
She did get that second ring. Will it mean anything in the end?
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Yeah, I was kind of like, why aren't his sisters asking him why he gave that ring to her? They were just like, oh, that's sweet. But then afterwards, they weren't like, why did you give the ring to Danelle? And why'd you give it to her so early? Like, what does this ring mean to you? There was none of that.
Maybe there was, and we just didn't see it. Maybe there was, and he was like, oh yeah, I gave it to her, but I'm not going to choose her. Or he's like, oh, I gave it to her because I'm going to choose her 100%. I just knew from the beginning. I just wanted to kiss a couple people before I got there.
True. Okay, maybe they had to cut a spoiler. Yeah.
Which scenario would be worse?
I think I gave it to her, but I'm not going to choose her would be worse.
Both pretty bad. As I was saying it, I was like, oh my God, these are both terrible options.
Or more likely is like, oh, I gave it to her because like I brought the ring on the show because I thought it would be funny, blah, blah, blah. And just like give his bullshit spiel about why he brought the ring on the show again. Which I think is what he would have said if someone had asked him that again.
Just a masterclass in evading the question.
Seriously.
Or asking about specific details that are not actually what the main question is about.
Yes.
So lame. Well, we will tune in this Wednesday, August 12th, to see who Harry will choose. You want to recap your prediction?
When this episode comes out.
Well, very true. Yes.
My prediction was that he will choose neither of them.
Okay. And my prediction is he will choose Amber, but then Amber will be like, I'm not ready.
Okay. So both of our predictions are that he is not married.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Great. You heard it here first, yappers.
We'll see.
We'll see. I have a big update for you.
Do you know if he's married?
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, okay.
I was mostly unrelated.
Okay.
I started this notebook back when we started the off-campus episode. When we did our heated rivalry episode. Yes, heated rivalry episode. And I am happy to say that I have finished my notebook.
Oh my gosh! Congratulations!
Thank you. This
what
is
a
where
big
my
milestone.
Let's Marry Harry notes ended, and that's the end of it.
And I think it's been exactly 6 months since our heated rivalry episode.
I think it's been less than that. Didn't we start our heated rivalry in... Oh, yeah, it has. Yeah, in February.
Early February.
Right. Wow, exactly 6 months. I was
Crazy.
A little bit inefficient, I would say. Like, there are some pages, like, it's just, like, empty.
Oh.
Because I was like, oh, I want to start, like, the new show, like, on the new page.
Makes sense.
And then, but, yeah. Yeah, I think this is, like, the first notebook, like, a free notebook that I've finished.
Wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I have another one, so I guess I'll move to that one.
Great.
Yeah. The end.
Nice.
Of an era.
Should we do binge in progress? Yeah. Vicky.
I just gave you my binge in progress update about my notebook, so you can go.
Oh, she been binge writing in her notebook. Okay. I just watched this show called The Survivors, not to be confused with Survivor.
Just the one.
Yeah,
no, the multiple.
This one is the
one.
Multiple. Yes. It is a Netflix show set in Tasmania, and it's my favorite kind of story. It's set in this beautiful coastal town. And the story is this guy comes with his partner back to his hometown where his brother and another guy tragically passed away in like a boat accident 15 years ago.
Love a good murder.
Love a good murder. That one was a tragic accident. However, a girl went missing the same day. And then after he returns to the hometown, another girl gets murdered the next day.
There it is.
Yeah, there's a murder.
There it is.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It was so good. All the shots are so beautiful, and the show was so well done, and the story was so interesting. And it also features Yaren Ha, who was Sophie Beck in the last season of Bridgerton.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Who is Australian, which I did not know.
Oh, I think I did know that. Yeah, okay. Wow, nice.
Yeah.
Is she one of the girls who gets murdered?
No, she is his partner, and she was the best friend of the girl that went missing 15 years ago.
Oh, nice. So she actually has a role in the show.
Yes.
It's not just
big
a
role.
Body.
No.
Great. Oh, nice. Okay, great. Yappers for things coming up on Netflix. We are deciding between. Oh, actually, we have two things to talk about. One is My Brilliant Career is coming out August 13th. So if you like Australian people, if you like Australians with careers, you can watch My Brilliant Career. That's the one where I think it like takes place in the 1900s. It's about this woman who like goes to Australia for writing. Yeah. And then Sterling Point came out also on August 5th, the same day as Let's Marry Harry. That was an Amazon Prime Video series. If you have seen that show already and loved it, let us know. We may do an episode on it. And then also on Friday, August 14th is Don't Say Good Luck, which stars Adam Sandler's daughter. I forgot her name. Oh my God. I don't know if it's Sadie or Sunny.
Oh
Oh God. They look the same.
It's Sunny.
Oh, okay. So it's the younger one.
Oh.
Yes. Okay. Sunny Sandler, Adam Sandler's daughter, is starring in this movie, Don't Say Good Luck, which looks pretty good. So we may watch it. Just things
let us
up.
know, Yappers, which one you want us to cover in next week's episode.
And then, the reunion for Let's Marry Harry. Or not the reunion. Oh my God. Do you think there'll be a reunion?
Oh, I don't know. I want to see Sam be like, I fucking knew you had sex with Amber.
Yeah, seriously. I want her to have her moment. Oh, man. Well, anyway, we'll see who Harry chooses August 12th. Or not chooses. We go gamble? We went gamble?
We went gamble? Creme de la meow meow. Thanks for yapping with us. If you loved this episode, have some hot takes we missed, or if you've got a show you're dying for us to binge next, follow us on socials. We're at Binge Yap Repeat.
Until next time, happy binging!